I don't know if you follow Tim Tebow or Tim Tebow Foundation, but they are an organization that fights human trafficking in the U.S. And I follow him on Instagram and stay up to date to all the current events. But he stated that we are up to 89,000 cases of unidentified children who are being sex trafficked in our country. So the numbers are only growing. It's just becoming just the evil of our generation, especially with social media and just the accessibility to children. And so it's very, very heartbreaking, even when you don't encounter it personally. But I want to share about a moment that I encountered it personally, and I know firsthand that this is a great injustice that we have to be on the lookout for. People have to take these reports seriously. On May 19th of this year, my husband and I were attending a conference at Orlando Coronado Disney Resorts, and that day all the restaurants in that hotel were booked up, and my husband and I were hungry, and so we decided to get an Uber and drive out to town. Well, as we were heading out of this hotel, one thing that caught my attention was just a young girl dressed in not too unusual clothing, because people wear all kinds of things nowadays, but it caught my attention. Well, when we exited the hotel and we were standing waiting for our Uber, I see this young girl, come out of the hotel with a man. And because I already kind of saw that this was an unusual picture, I kind of just kept them in my peripheral vision just to see what would happen. And we were the only ones out there, but there was some kind of conflict where she moved away from him and he kind of was pulling her to his direction. And right away I came up and I said, excuse me, is this your daughter? She was very young. She was probably, because I have young children, probably between 12 and 14 years of age. But he said, no, that's my girlfriend. And I said, oh. And I asked her, how old are you? And she paused. She didn't answer right away, but then she said 19. And so I just kept pressing forward with questions, where they're from. And I looked at my husband. I turned to his direction. I said, she's not 19 years old. This is a child. And so I just kept trying to stall the conversation. Well, he understood he was in trouble and that didn't look good. And so he was trying to pull away from it as fast as possible. And at the end of it all, she was just saying, it's okay, it's fine, it's okay. And ended up following him. Well, I didn't know what else to do. I rushed over where they were headed. And as they got into their car, I took a picture of it, and I decided I was going to notify the human trafficking hotline. That's where my mind went first. After we came back to the hotel, I told the security guards, who then told the police, and so they took my report. And so all of that was documented. All of that was made known to all the security. And so I went back to my hotel, went to bed, and that next morning my thought process was, I'm just gonna take a walk and see if I see that car. And sure enough, that car was parked right there in the hotel. And I know everyone, all the security heard about it. I know all the authorities knew about the situation. And it didn't seem like they had much to say or much information on why a young child was with this man. And I'm saying all of this because it's happening right under our noses. I mean, it's happening all around us. Instead of pretending like it's not what it is, there is no way in chance that she was 19 or she was an adult. She was a child with a man, an older man, between the ages of 35 and 40. This was no misdemeanor. This was a criminal offense, and it was in broad daylight. This is the evil of our day. I believe this is the evil that Satan reigns over. This is all around us because the prominent people who are fighting this, they're telling us it's all around us. And we have to, as society, take a stand, as people take a stand, because this is too big. If everyone's just silent and everyone is quiet about it and just passively looks the other way. So that's why I'm making this video, is to bring awareness and to hopefully that the people who are being, that it's being reported to, take these charges seriously and help to free these children from these criminals.